Hey everyone, and welcome back. Have you ever felt like you're in a rut, lacking energy, or maybe just not living up to your full potential? What if I told you that there's a common, often private, habit that could be quietly draining your vitality, sabotaging your confidence, and keeping you trapped in a cycle that feels impossible to escape? You feel exhausted, unmotivated, and nagging sense that something is holding you back. But here's a powerful truth. The secret to unlocking unshakable self-control, reclaiming your energy, and stepping into your true power might be simpler and older than you think. In this article, we're going to shine a light on this habit and reveal why overcoming it, guided by ancient Stoic wisdom, can fundamentally change everything about your life. You'll understand the hidden costs of seeking easy pleasure and discover the path to true self-mastery. Stick with me until the very end, because after you grasp these principles, you'll never look at this habit the same way again, and you'll have the tools to break free and transform your life. Before we delve into this powerful truth, if you're ready to explore ancient wisdom from modern challenges and unlock your potential, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, I want to hear from you. What's one habit you've struggled to overcome? Share in the comments below, and let's build a community around self-mastery. Let's talk about a habit many deal with but few discuss openly. Some voices in modern society suggest it's entirely normal, harmless, or even beneficial. But have you ever truly questioned that narrative based on your own experience? What if the seemingly innocuous habit is exacting a higher price than you realize? The ancient Stoics, some of history's most insightful minds, understood the profound power of discipline, the insidious cost of being ruled by pleasure, and the direct link between self-control and genuine freedom. Today, we're going to uncover what they knew, giving you the insight needed to break chains, reclaim your inner power, and begin a journey of real transformation. The problem: the hidden way this habit sabotages your potential. Let's be frank and acknowledge the elephant in the room. Many of us have engaged in the habit of masturbation. And if you're being honest with yourself, you've likely felt it. That distinct sense of guilt or shame that can creep in afterward, the noticeable dip in motivation, and that unsettling feeling of emptiness, as if a vital part of your energy or drive has just slipped away. But what exactly is happening on a deeper level? From a scientific standpoint, each time you engage in this habit, especially when coupled with readily available explicit content, your brain is flooded with a significant surge of dopamine. Dopamine is often called the pleasure chemical, and while it's essential for motivation and reward circuits, an over-reliance on easily triggered, hyperstimulative sources can reprogram your brain's reward pathways. It sounds appealing, instant pleasure, but the reality is far more detrimental in the long run. The more frequently you indulge in this readily accessible, intense pleasure, the more your brain becomes wired to expect and demand this quick, easy hit. Like any addiction, whether to substances, gambling, or even certain digital behaviors, side effects inevitably manifest. You start to feel listless, drained of energy that you feel you should have. Your confidence might wane, as you're constantly engaging in a behavior that can leave you feeling guilty or less in control. Crucially, your drive to pursue and accomplish real-world goals, the kind that require sustained effort, overcome obstacles, and provide genuine, hard-earned satisfaction, begins to fade. Why? Because your brain has already received a powerful reward signal without you having to do anything challenging or productive in the real world. The easy dopamine short-circuits the motivation needed for difficult tasks. You become content with readily available, low-effort pleasure, and the pursuit of meaningful achievement takes a backseat. The ancient Stoics observed this dynamic long before neurochemistry could explain the dopamine loop. They deeply understood the problem of being controlled by external desires and fleeting pleasures. Philosophers like Seneca and Emperor Marcus Aurelius didn't necessarily focus specifically on this particular habit, but their warnings about the dangers of overindulgence, the pursuit of sensual pleasure as a primary goal, and the fundamental weakness of being ruled by one's impulses applied directly. They saw that a mind and will constantly seeking easy gratification would inevitably become soft, undisciplined, and incapable of achieving true freedom or greatness. Seneca famously wrote, "No man is free who is a slave to his body," and this is exactly the trap. Every time you give in to the urge for this easy pleasure, You reinforce a mindset of yielding to impulse rather than exercising conscious control. You tell yourself, I need this, when in reality, the habit is controlling you. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, consistently reflected on the importance of mastering one's desires, recognizing that true freedom comes from inner self-possession, not from having the liberty to indulge every urge. The more you chase instant gratification, the further you move away from the deep, lasting fulfillment that comes from discipline and purpose. History's most impactful figures, from great warriors and visionary leaders to brilliant artists and profound philosophers, shared a common trait. They exercised control over their desires. They didn't allow their immediate urges to dictate their actions. This self-mastery was not a side note to their greatness. It was a fundamental prerequisite. The Stoic solution: 3 principles to reclaim your power. So, how do you break free from this cycle? How do you disentangle yourself from a habit that can subtly but powerfully hold you back? The answer isn't found in complex psychological therapy, though that can be helpful for underlying issues, or in simply trying harder. It lies in applying profound, time-tested Stoic principles that target the root of the problem, a lack of self-mastery and purpose. Principle 1, self-discipline, the undeniable path to freedom. Epictetus, another influential Stoic philosopher, stated it plainly: no man is truly free who is not master of himself. This is where your liberation begins. The moment you make the conscious decision to stop being a passive slave to your impulses and desires is the moment you start actively reclaiming your power. Self-discipline isn't about harsh denial for denial's sake. It's about the conscious, deliberate choice to pursue what is truly valuable for your long-term well-being and growth over the easy, fleeting pleasure of immediate gratification. Every time the urge arises and you consciously choose to resist it, to pause, breathe, and redirect your energy, you are performing a small but incredibly significant act of mental training. You are strengthening your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, willpower, and long-term planning. You are teaching your mind that you are in control, not the impulse. This consistent practice builds mental toughness and resilience. Over time, the intensity of the impulses diminishes, and your ability to exert control grows exponentially. It's a muscle that gets stronger with every rep. Principle 2, find your purpose, channeling energy into meaning. The Stoics believe that a life without a guiding purpose, without something meaningful to strive for, is a life adrift. This lack of compelling direction is often a key reason why men struggle with this habit. When your mind and energy aren't actively engaged in pursuing a significant goal or mission, that energy can easily be channeled into less productive, pleasure-seeking behaviors. Think about it practically. If you're deeply focused on building a business, mastering a complex skill, training for a challenging physical event, or contributing to a cause you deeply believe in, your mental and physical energy will naturally be directed towards those pursuits. The allure of easy, solitary pleasure diminishes when you have something far more compelling and rewarding to channel your energy into. The key here is not just to stop a habit, but to replace the void it leaves with something that provides a genuine sense of fulfillment, growth, and meaning. Identify what truly matters to you, what kind of impact you want to make, or what skills you aspire to master. Let that become the new, compelling focus of your energy. Principle 3, transmutation, redirecting your primal force. Ancient traditions, warriors, artists, and philosophers understood something profound about human energy, particularly sexual energy. They recognized it as a powerful, primal force within a man. When this energy is habitually released for fleeting pleasure without a higher purpose, its potential for driving creativity, ambition, and sustained effort is diminished. But when this potent energy is consciously redirected or transmuted into productive, creative, or ambitious pursuits, it becomes a source of almost unstoppable drive and focus. Think of historical figures who channeled this energy into their work. Nikola Tesla, one of history's most brilliant inventors, reportedly remained celibate throughout his life, believing that redirecting his potent creative and sexual energy was essential to his groundbreaking work. While celibacy isn't a requirement here, the principle of transmutation is powerful. Instead of allowing this energy to dissipate for temporary pleasure, consciously channel it into fuel for your ambitions, your creative projects, your physical training, or your intellectual pursuits. This redirected energy can provide the intensity, focus, and sustained drive needed to overcome challenges and achieve remarkable things. It's about taking a powerful natural force and directing it towards building the life and the self you aspire to create. The benefits: reclaiming your energy, confidence, and drive. What truly happens when you apply these Stoic principles and overcome this habit? The changes can be profound, extending far beyond just ceasing a behavior. Imagine waking up in the morning feeling genuinely energized without that lingering sense of depletion. Picture yourself approaching challenges with increased confidence, knowing you have the self-control to resist impulses. Imagine your mind feeling sharper, your focus clearer, and your motivation to tackle real-world goals skyrocketing because your brain's reward system is no longer being constantly hijacked by easy dopamine hits. When you break free, your natural hormonal balance can normalize, potentially leading to increased testosterone levels, which positively impact mood, energy, and drive. The mental fog can lift, replaced by enhanced clarity and concentration. Most importantly, you regain a powerful sense of agency and control over your own mind and your life's direction. This is what the Stoics meant by true freedom. Not the freedom to do whatever you want, but the freedom from being controlled by your base desires and external impulses. It's about becoming the architect of your own character and destiny. It's not just about quitting a habit. It's about stepping into the empowered, disciplined, and purposeful man you were meant to be. Now, you stand at a crossroads. Will you continue in a cycle that drains your energy and limits your potential? Or will you choose a path of self-mastery and reclaim your inherent power? Will you let private habits subtly steal your drive? Or will you rise to the challenge and build a life of purpose and fulfillment? The choice, as always, is yours alone. Remember the wisdom of the ancients. No truly great man in history was ruled by his desires. The individuals who shaped the world, who achieved lasting significance, were the ones who first mastered themselves. If you're ready to break free, to reclaim your power, and to start living with the discipline and purpose of a true Stoic, then your journey to self-mastery begins now. If you found value in this article and feel inspired to take control of your life, please give a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more insights that help you build inner strength and live a life of purpose. But don't stop here. This knowledge is most powerful when applied. Share this article with any friend you think might be struggling with this or similar habits, or anyone who is on a path of self-improvement. Choose one of the 3 Stoic principles: self-discipline, purpose, or transmutation, and commit to actively practicing it today. Start small, but start. And if you're looking for a supportive community of men dedicated to self-mastery and applying these principles, consider joining our exclusive online forum. You'll find a link in the description below. Thank you so much for reading and for taking this step towards reclaiming your power. I truly appreciate your support, and I'm excited to share more transformative content with you. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay focused, and keep striving for greatness.